Hello and Assalamu alaikum. Hope you all are doing good. Alhamdulillah, I'm doing good as well. So, in today's video, I'm going to share with you all about my day that I spent in Alexandra Palace, London. This is the view outside my house, and you can see we had two rainbows at once, and the weather was really amazing that day. So, here we are heading towards the Alexandra Palace. We were on the road, as you can see. On one side of Alexandra Palace, you can see the whole London. Trust me, you can see till central London with your naked eye. And on the other side of the road, yes, we have the Alexandra Palace that looks really beautiful, as you can see in the video. And on this side, we have the whole London in front of our eyes. Here I am going to tell you the brief history of Alexandra Palace. So, it was named after Princess Alexandra of Denmark, who came to England to marry Queen Victoria's eldest son, who was named Albert Edward, and he was the king who became King Edward afterwards. Okay, so this was the brief history of Alexandra Palace. And if you want to know how big it is, then you can roughly estimate that it covers around 5 pitches of Wembley Stadium. After their reign, Belgian and Dutch refugees fleeing the German invasion came to London and stayed in this palace, okay? And this palace had almost 1,000 beds at that time to accommodate those refugees, you can say. And then in 1915, another incident happened. This palace became an enemy camp for the German, Austrian, and Hungarian people who were living in UK without the proper British passports. There is one interesting fact regarding Queen Alexandra. She was the queen mother to George V, the king who led the country during World War I. And this palace have a nickname. We all have a nickname. So yes, this palace also have a nickname, and it is Ali Pali. One more thing about this palace is the BBC came into this palace in 1935 for its proper transmissions. Okay, and how this palace built. This palace was built in 1873 for the very first time, and then it opened for the normal people to visit it. But right after 16 days, it was destroyed because of the fire, and then the palace was rebuilt on the same site within the time span of 2 years, and it was again, you can say, reopened for the normal people in 1875. So this is all about its history. I think I just went so long into it. So yes, this was the Alexandra Park that was behind the Alexandra Palace. So I went into this park before, and as you can see, we were like just feeding the ducks. My baby was really enjoying playing with the ducks and feeding them as well. It was around 8 or 9 p.m. in the evening. The sun was setting. As you can see, the view was looking really amazing. So yes, I was just trying to capture all the ducks because they were looking so cute. And yes, this was the view that looks so calming and so relaxing. If you have time and you live in London closer to Alexandra Palace, do visit this park and spend some time at this point, because that makes you feel so relaxed and calmed. Trust me. So, after spending some time at this point and after feeding the ducks, we straightforwardly headed towards the main point, that was the Alexandra Palace. And yes, I will tell you some more interesting facts that I observed after visiting this palace. As you can see, they just place some boards with some information on them, and it was related to the history as I told you earlier. So moving forward, as you can see, we had really good artwork on the walls. You can easily say that it's really a huge build with a big history at its back. So yes, this was all about the Alexandra Palace, and just look at the view from this palace. You can easily see whole London after like standing at this point. I was trying to capture as much clips as I could because the view was looking really amazing. All these tall buildings are called Central London, and the rest of the tall buildings, as you can see, are the part of City of London. So yes, this was a proper point to tell you all that the center of the London has two parts. One is known as Central London, and the other one is known as City of London, where all the banking sector is doing their work. And just look at this aesthetic view of the Alexandra Palace. This was the midpoint of the palace, and I just tried to capture it from top to bottom. So, yes, this was all about my evening at Alexandra Palace. We had a long walk around the palace, had our tea at the palace cafe, and then headed back towards home. So, this was a really good evening that we spent in Alexandra Palace. This is the BBC Tower reception that I told you about earlier in this video. And for the last time, just look at this aesthetic view that was really like eye capturing, as you can see. And yes, this is it for today's video. If you like my video, then subscribe to my channel, hit the bell icon, and don't forget to share my video as well. We gonna meet in next video. Until then, take care. Allah Hafiz.